Welcome to Biz Talk, everyone. I am your host, Rachel Weaver, and I am super excited to have with me today a regular guest that we have on, but she always brings so much value, the one and only Noura Almasri. Noura is the founder of Nourasbooks. She is also an expert on all things nonprofit and raising funding. Noura, it is such an honor and pleasure to have you with us today. I'm also really excited to talk about our topic.
Awesome. I'm excited as well. I'm very happy to be with here again, Rachel.
Thank you so much. So I know we have a lot of tax deadlines approaching us for entrepreneurs, small businesses, LLCs, S Corp, C Corp. And a lot of us out here are so busy trying to do all the things in business. And then we get caught up in missing deadlines, right? So today it's really important for us to bring awareness to business owners about a couple important deadlines that are happening and some new things going on in the world and extensions that might need to be made. So Noura, tell us, what is the next deadline coming up for taxes if you are a business owner?
Sure. So the first one is coming March 15th, so only a few days away from us. And that's the deadline for S corporations and for partnerships and for multi-member LLCs. All three of these businesses are due March 15. Also, if you want to elect to be an S Corp, this is the deadline to make this election. If you are an LLC or a C Corp and wants to do this election. So it's coming very, very soon. So if you did not actually file it and you think you're not ready yet, you want to make sure to file an extension to avoid penalties.
Wow. Okay. So this is really for anyone who has an EIN number.
Not for anyone, because if you are an LLC did not elect to be an S Corp, that means your return is due with your personal return on a Schedule C. So that's going to do on April 15. So sole proprietor as well, like April 15 with your personal return. And C Corporation comes on April 15 as well, because this is totally different than your personal return. It's not pass-through entity like any other thing. So LLC and sole proprietor is disregarded entity. In front of the IRS, it does not mean anything. That they treat it as you. There, if you go to the IRS website, you don't find LLC or sole proprietor. It's just like the C corporation, nonprofit, and your personal return, like the Schedule C, which is for LLCs and for your and for sole proprietor. Also, you will find partnership, which is the entity. Now, if you are an LLC with more than one member, in default, you become partnership. So you have to file a partnership return. And this is due on March 15. So, but C Corporation, LLC that did not elect to be an S Corp, it's due on April 15.
Okay, very good. So then can you share with us, because I know a lot of people are going to say, I don't even know. I did an LLC on, I filed for an LLC on TurboTax or, LegalZoom or whatever the case may be online. And I got my EIN number, but I have no idea which I am. So how is someone going to determine if they are, obviously we know if there's a partner because there's more than one person, but determine what they are in terms of LLC and if it's really necessary for them to file that extension or file their taxes now, or they can wait? How can they determine that?
So the fastest thing is to ask your tax professional, but the tax professional wouldn't know until you give them the EIN. So the EIN letter that you receive when you file, they should give you a copy of the EIN, and this is not replaceable. So you should have it like either like in a binder, they send it to you, or in the email, or both. So you can always go to the place that you filed your company with, and they give you that. In that EIN, it will tell you what form and when is it due. So I've seen a lot of mistakes with people like who have multi-member LLC. They think they have an LLC and they think they should file with their return. And I've seen them do that, because if the tax professional did not ask you to get the EIN letter, they will assume, like you assumed, that you are filing an LLC, not a multi-member LLC, for example. So they will file the wrong form. This is why, like, don't get annoyed when your tax professional asks for so many things, because it's in your best interest, because otherwise you will be penalized if you do not file the correct form. So you want to get that EIN. That's going to tell you everything. Not only that, so you should know if you actually elected to be an S Corp or not. So you might register as an LLC, whether it's multi-member or single member, or maybe even a C Corp, but you did this election to be taxed as an S Corp. That's additional filing you have to do. So you should be able to know. And some people do it when they register with I don't recommend, but because of TikTok videos, people think they have to be an S Corp and they're saving on taxes, which is not the case. But you want to look at this original papers and see if you did that. So if you did that, that means your taxes are due on March 15. So you want to make sure you file an extension so you don't get penalty.
Such great information. So I have another question, because I know tax laws change all the time, but there is a brand new filing that, in my case, is quite unfortunate, and from my opinion, I guess, a brand new thing that everyone needs to file for if you have an EIN number, if I'm correct, right? No matter what. So can we talk a little bit about that? Because that has to be filed before the end of 2024, or severe penalties are going to happen.
Correct. So that's the BOI. That's for Treasury Department. You have to file, every business owner have to file. There are some exceptions. There's a list for exceptions, but most businesses, they have to file. So you want to make sure, like, you go ahead and consult with your tax professionals, because the penalty could be $500 per day, or sometimes jail. So they want to have you file, like, if you are registered actually previously, not this year, 2024, then you have until the end of the year. But when you register a business now, you don't have that much. You have 90 days, in some cases you have 30 days. So you have to file it with your filing your business. So it's really important to do that. And I want to touch base also on penalties, because people think, oh, let me get penalties if I don't file an extension. But this is not something you want to risk, because the penalty for not filing, if your taxes due on March 15, is actually $220 per month per partner. So it's a lot. It's a lot of money. If you have two people, so in the partnership or an S Corp, you are paying $440 each month, and you just add $220 for each partner for each month. And actually, because it's due March 15, they are counting March. So even if you have one day, you're gonna pay that penalty.
Wow. Okay. Really good information to know. I appreciate that. So Nora, tell us, where can we find you if we have more questions about filing our taxes or needing expertise in this area? Where can the audience find you?
Sure, you can go ahead and book a call with me at nourasbooks.com/contact. You'll be able to book a call on Zoom. You can also subscribe to my YouTube. Like, I have so much information there, but for specific questions, you want to book a call with me so we can help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being on with us today. And as always, we can't wait to see you back again very, very soon. And with that, we will be right back after this commercial break.